Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight. How goes it,
I'm,
Bestie?
I'm busy being terrorized by a spooky cat.
We love a spooky cat.
She's like, how dare you say that? Bye.
Sweet angel. I got my sticker for my microphone.
Oh yeah, how exciting.
Yay.
Yay.
And yeah, what's been up with you? That doesn't sound
Comic-Con.
good.
I was trying to remember what I've been doing recently. I was like, where have I been? What's been happening?
Is most of that going to be saved for the worsening, or
I feel like some of the things I saw aren't worsening material.
then please, the floor is yours.
Well, so I went to Nickel City Comic Con in Buffalo on Saturday, but there weren't any panels that I wanted to see, so we pretty much just shopped.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went back by myself on Sunday because my friend didn't want to go, but I was like, there's lots of cool panels. And so I started off the day with William Shatner, which is just one of those things to be like, I saw him, because I figure he's not going to be around that much longer, you know?
Point taken.
Although he did seem surprisingly spry, considering. Can't say it was enjoyable, per se.
Can't say I'm shocked.
But I then also saw a panel that was the two main stars of the show Chips, which I used to watch reruns of as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So that was wild to see the two of them. And then all three main people from Weekend at Bernie's, which was fun. Have you ever seen
Pretty
Weekend
good.
at Bernie's?
I have not.
Are you familiar with the concept of it?
Yes, I am.
Because so the two main guys, Jonathan Silverman and Andrew McCarthy, they were on either side of Terry Kaiser, who was Bernie, and he was wearing sunglasses the whole time.
Incredible. 10 out of 10.
I was like, this is clearly on purpose, but they all seemed like they were really good friends and stuff. It was a delight to watch.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love that.
Pure joy. Yeah. It was real fun, but it was wild because I loved that movie as a kid, and I was like, there's no way. He's still alive? He's 85, the guy that played Bernie.
Wow.
So, yeah. And he was also surprisingly spry, considering he died.
A lot of noise and
decades ago.
Here. Yeah, considering. Any other con stories worth mentioning?
I feel like there were things. They're just not coming to me. I did did talk shop with some people. That was
fun. So fun.
So there was a vendor there that's going to be at Saratoga. So I told him to look for us upstairs.
Fantastic.
But yeah.
What have I been up to? Oh, I watched the first two Terrifier movies, so I'm jumping on that bandwagon. They're kind of fun.
I thought about that. See, I'm not going to get too far into it because this is worsening material, but I saw so many things at the con over the weekend that I was like, how have I not seen, this movie or this TV show or whatever it is? And so now I want to watch all of them.
That's so valid of you, bestie.
It was a pretty big horror related con because they had a bunch of various horror stars. What's his name? James Jude Courtney, the guy who was in Halloween.
Sure.
I don't remember. But yeah, I briefly saw him as I was leaving the Chips panel. His was next, and I was like, no, I need a break. So yeah, there were a lot of horror stars there. So there was a lot of horror merch and stuff. And I was like,
I want to do Hudson Valley Horror Fest next year.
I
feel like that would be a really fun time. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's why I got onto that, because I kept seeing a lot of Terrifier stuff, and I was like, how have I not seen those movies? And so now I kind of want to watch those too.
Yeah, go for it. Honestly, it's fun. It's a good splatter flick, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, sure.
But so I did that, and Not much else. I've just been chilling this week. I'm back on my normal schedule, so I have to get up at 6 tomorrow, which I'm really not looking forward to.
What day is this? Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Wednesday. My
So you have like a normal weekend this weekend?
I do. My normal schedule resumes this very weekend, or resumes tomorrow.
Nice.
So I go to
Which
work
is
for
kind
2
of-
days, and then I get another 2 days off. So I got lucky in that regard.
I was going to say, that's kind of weird how the switch would work. Do you work extra long or extra short?
Extra short. Although if I hadn't been going to see Avatar, I would have worked for 7 straight days when my schedule changed to the summer schedule, and I would not have gotten any overtime. So I kind of feel like I'm owed this.
Sure.
All right. Unless we have anything else we would like to bring up before we dive right into it.
Not that I can think of.
All right, then let's begin. So this first question that I have for us is based on something that happened to me rather recently. Why does it feel okay? Let's say you've got a Zoom meeting, something, or you're gonna go out just for for a very short period of time, and you wear a nice shirt, and then your meeting ends or you come back home and you change into your comfy clothes. Sometimes you put the shirt back, right?
It really depends.
Okay, but that is a thing that has happened to you, correct? You have worn an item of clothing for a very short period of time and then put it back.
I mean, sometimes I have gotten out a shirt just for like a 15-minute Zoom meeting, and in that case, like, it was on my body for 15 minutes. No big deal. But if I'm like actively going somewhere in it, even if it's just short, I'll still wash it. Or I'll set it aside for the next time I need it, something to wear for a short time.
So, okay. So this is like a less than 15-minute type scenario for me, because this is what happened. Why does it feel fucking illegal? Like, if I do this with a t-shirt, it's fine. If I do this with jeans, it's fine. Why does it feel fucking illegal to put socks back in the drawer when you've only worn them for a second? And I say this because I was getting dressed for something, and I was like, I think I might wear my Vans. And I put on, my Vans socks, like the no-show Vans socks, and I walked around my apartment for no less than 2 minutes. I did not go outside. I did not put shoes on. And then I looked outside and I was like, oh, it's still kind of wet out. I guess I'll wear my boots instead. The socks had touched my body for 120 seconds total, if that. And I felt like I was committing a crime putting them back in my sock drawer.
But you did it?
I did. Because it seems so stupid to put them in the laundry after being like, maybe I'll wear these shoes.
Yeah.
Actually, no, never mind. Why does socks feel particularly illegal?
Because feet are gross.
Like,
You have so many sweat glands on your feet, and they're just like, I don't know. I've always been horribly grossed out by feet. They're just,
interesting.
even when they're clean, they gross me out. That includes my own feet. I hate when I have to put on foot lotion or something because my feet feel dry. I'm like, I don't want to touch my own feet. And I could be just out of the shower. I don't like feet.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. I don't know if I have that much of an aversion. I don't like feet either.
But I think, there is something grosser about feet. Like,
I suppose.
Like, for example, I'll buy clothing at a thrift shop. I will not buy shoes at a thrift shop.
I wouldn't go that far. I would definitely buy thrifted shoes. Especially if it's some cool, cute vintage.
Well, you can't wash them, though.
I mean, whatever. You can Lysol them.
I do have Lysol for fabric, specifically.
Well, there you go. But
yeah, I don't know. I think feet are just grosser because they get smelly, being all...
Yeah, it felt like a crime. And again,
yeah,
it was all of 2 minutes.
But I feel like this is an even bigger question though. What's the time limit on clothing where it's still okay to
Here's the thing. If I it very much depends on what I'm doing, because if I sit on my ass all day in leggings and a t-shirt, I can wear those tomorrow. Like if I do absolutely nothing, the only thing that happened is that they touched my body. That's
Yeah.
fine.
But bodies are gross too, though.
Well, I mean, if we really want to make this whole episode about how we are all disgusting flesh sacks, we can do that. I don't know if that's a direction
is
you
true.
want to go.
No, but I'm just saying, it's not like they'll be clean.
They're not, but they're not like super gross either. Like I definitely have worn t-shirts 2 days in a row.
Like the whole time nonstop.
Not nonstop necessarily, but like I'll put on the same shirt that I was wearing yesterday.
Interesting.
Or like I don't know, cuz like I get home from work, I take off my work clothes, I shower, and then sometimes I don't get directly in my pajamas. I'll sit around in like my Adidas sweats and a different t-shirt for a little while. And I'm not putting that shit in the laundry when I go to bed when it's touched my freshly cleaned body for 3 hours total.
So what do you do with it? You put it back?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why wouldn't I?
I would never.
Oh, well, I mean, as I've said on this podcast many a time, maybe I'm just gross.
Like for me to put something back in like the closet or a drawer, it has to be like under 15 minutes, I think is like it's a hard and fast rule.
My,
but like
my
roughly.
threshold for that is much higher.
Or if it's underwear, it's 0 minutes. If I put them on and be like, I'm just not feeling these today, they go in the hamper.
Yeah, underwear, 0 minutes. That I do agree with. But no, I don't. Yeah, maybe I'm just fucking nasty. But
I mean, I used to be really germophobic. I'm not so bad anymore. But
I'm just realizing another new thing that maybe is visible to people. I re-dyed my hair.
Yes,
it's darker
right.
now. It's more black.
Mhm,
Anyway, not that that's particularly relevant. I just thought of that. Yeah, I don't know. The sock thing just felt like so wrong. But like I'll wear jeans 2 days in a row.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Like jeans in particular, because especially you're only wearing those during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And the second I get home, I'm in comfy clothes, so they only get worn in public.
Yeah.
So even when I wear them for a day, it's not even the whole day usually. Yeah. And my comfy clothes are my PJs. My PJs are my comfy clothes. There's no distinction. So
there's a little bit of a distinction for me. Like I have leggings that are not pajamas. Those are they're my chill clothes. But a lot of my shirts can also be pajamas.
Yeah, no, it's all the same to me. It's all comfy stuff that I can sleep in.
That's fair. Do we have anything else to say about this before we move on to the next point that I have for us to discuss?
I can always say more things.
Do you want to? I'm gonna take that as a no.
I was gonna say, does the kind of sock matter? But
no, I really don't think it does.
I feel like it does. Like thicker socks versus thinner socks?
Maybe?
And I definitely because I wear compression socks after like races and stuff for recovery, and those I care much less about.
Interesting. Hold on. I'm pulling something up for our next question.
Again, I always have more.
Understandable. All right, now
that's how I got into the job that I have for a living, because I can just say stuff.
Just keep on trucking. Let's see. I love learning to use StreamYard on the fly.
Hey, look, my phone. I was like, where's my phone? I'm partially sitting on it. I forgot I put it there.
I love that. Okay, so for the question that I have, God damn it. How do I do this? Do you know how you made things appear?
Yeah. Go look at the layout things at the bottom of the screen.
I am seeing them.
And go over to one that says screen layout. It's like the third from the right.
Got it.
Click it.
I did. Nothing.
Oh,
Why wouldn't it let
interesting.
me? No.
Oh, well, you changed the layout a little bit.
No. That's us.
Hmm.
Why am I being lied to?
That's what I did before.
Fascinating.
I can tell you.
Well, let me just put the link in the chat anyway, because the question I have, Kyle actually brought this up because the other day, we were bored, or this was an
Mhm.
idea that I came up with when I was bored that I thought would be fun. I was like, oh, we both get back from work and like come hang out at my apartment around the same time. So what if, since we're both already gross from work, we would do stupid makeup and then wash it off?
Mhm.
So we designed our own corpse paint, which was really fucking fun, and I wound up loving.
Now I'm playing with
trying
it.
to try to figure it out.
I was trying to make it work.
And I loved the design that I came up with. I'll post pictures of that like in the Discord server or something, or I'll put pictures in when this goes up live in the description. But
I made you blurry somehow. Like you won't go back to normal.
I don't look blurry to myself.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Anyway, but while we were
need this.
doing this, or like when I told Kyle the idea, I was like, oh, we should do our own corpse paint. Like that'd be kind of fun. He was like, I wonder, like, would you consider what is on the masks for the various Papa Emeritus characters? Would we like, do we think that counts as corpse paint?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go to the Wikipedia page for that, Google, show me this guy's balls, please. The first, like, the overview paragraph is a style of body painting used mainly by black metal bands for concerts and band photos. Body painting is used to make the musicians appear inhuman, corpse-like, or demonic, and is perhaps, quote, the most identifiable aspect of the black metal aesthetic. Now, Ghost is very obviously not black metal, but it is black and white face paint for the purpose of looking deceased. Discuss, because I'm sure there are elitists out there that would be like, no, it doesn't count as corpse paint because of, I don't know, some stupid shit. But I think it does.
I mean, I am not one of those elitists, nor do I know any of them to know what they would say, but it seems pretty clear cut to me. It is paint designed to make you look like a corpse, thus it is corpse paint.
That's what I would say. Like, I think it counts. If like, it's not necessarily that they're looking like that he's trying to look like zombified or whatever, but it's skulls, man. That's dead.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say it has to be black metal. It says used mainly by black metal bands.
And that's what I'm thinking. And again, people like the elitists hate to see anyone who isn't an old white man having fun with metal. So as soon as like a bunch of women or gay people or younger people or people of color like something, they're like, oh, that's not real metal.
Yeah.
So just putting that out there. But yeah, I think it definitely counts as I definitely think it counts as corpse paint.
I was horrified by the first line before the article starts that it's about a style of body painting for the paint pigment made from corpses. See Mummy Brown.
Yeah.
And I don't want to click on that. I don't want to know about it.
It was paint that was made from ground up mummies.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
That seems disrespectful.
Anyway, I would say the shit that the Insane Clown Posse does not count as corpse paint. And also, fuck those guys.
No, it's clown makeup.
Exactly. But, you know, the black and white. Exclusively.
Wait, fuck those guys. I thought they were cool guys. Did I miss something?
No. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the lead singer turned out to be pretty fucking sketchy.
Oh man.
Which kind of sucks.
I mean, I don't like their music or anything, but
I don't either, and I'm 99% sure that I like updated my stance on the Insane Clown Posse live on the podcast, because a couple times before I had pointed out that I thought it was pretty cash money of them when they realized that they had a white supremacy problem in their fan base and then released a t-shirt that was a clown stomping on a Confederate flag that said "fuck your rebel flag" on it. I was like,
Mhm.
that's kind of cool. But then I found out the other stuff and I was like, never mind.
Bummer.
Anyway,
Sucks when people suck.
doesn't it though? Let's see. Okay, so I guess since that is pretty cut and dry, at least for coming
From our
from
perspective.
me, a baby metalhead, and you, not really a metalhead, I don't think we're like, one, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of pushback, and two, I don't know if there's all that much more to say on it because it's not like I know a ton about the history of. I'm also just not that much of a black metal person. I really kind of don't fuck with black metal unless it's like black metal with a twist. Cause like Batushka, hell yeah. Or like I suppose some would argue Dimmu Borgir is kind of like symphonic black metal or whatever. So like that's I need a caveat.
But I don't even think you necessarily even need to be into metal to answer a question like that, though. Like,
Point
it's
taken.
pretty cut and dry where it's like the idea is to paint your face in a way that makes you look dead. That's what it is. And yeah, maybe it's commonly used by black metal bands, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a fan of that music to decide whether someone's makeup is intended to make them look like a corpse.
Yeah. Yeah, you make an excellent point. So the final thing,
I don't care what they think.
Love it. The final thing that I have written down for us, this is like discourse that gets circulated on various social media, or like a question for people that gets circulated on social media like every couple of years or so. Okay, but you get stuck in an elevator and you are stuck with 3 adult men. We're going to go with famous people just because that's fun. You are stuck with 3 male celebrities in a stalled elevator, but you feel 110% safe. Who are you with?
I had 2 that immediately sprang to mind, and I've been struggling to come up with a third.
I can do like several different flavors of this.
I think maybe the difference is I generally don't know that much about celebrities as people because I don't care.
That's valid.
So-
See, as soon as I like look up to somebody, like as soon as I somewhat like a particular person's art really makes an impact for me, I like immediately like because I want to be like, oh, is this a person I can like maybe look up? Like Tobias Forge is my fucking hero. And like maybe that's a lame thing to say as a 26-year-old adult woman to have like a musician hero, but I like look up to that man so fucking much.
Yeah, I've just never really cared about the personal lives. I enjoy their art, and then that's enough for me. So it's harder for me to, I guess, to answer it. I did immediately think of Tom Hanks and John Cena, though, because I do know that they are solid people.
They definitely seem pretty chill. I can't say I believe you there.
Everything I've come across is that they are like super nice people. John Cena does all that Make-A-Wish stuff.
He's like has the record for most Make-A-Wishes granted, which is so nice.
He just seems like the sweetest human being.
Like hell yes,
I would
brother.
love to be stuck in an elevator with him.
Seems like a good
time. But I had to do it with the third. Yeah.
The immediate people who spring to mind for me, fucking shocker, Tobias Forge, Johannes Eckerstrom. Have actually met the guy. Our interaction was very brief, but he was a total sweetheart. And let's keep it with the metal theme. Fucking Vessel from Sleep Token. I just get really good vibes from him.
Did you enjoy the picture I sent you of the Lego?
I did enjoy that picture. That was delightful.
Yeah. I turned a corner and I looked over and I was like, is that?
Also, sure frankly, is. I think I would feel safe with like any member of Avatar.
Okay.
Like just the fact that they all like that Avatar as a band has kind of like they've like plateaued at the level that they're going to be at, and they like regularly just like hang out after shows and like sign shit and like talk to people for like an hour. It's just they strike me as very chill dudes.
See, I feel like there are a lot of celebrities that do things like that have good interactions with fans that then sometimes turn out to be not good people, which I think is
not that there's like no precedent for that, but
Well, I'm
I mean,
just saying
again,
that's why I
this is
think
all just a vibe thing.
that's why I think it's difficult to answer this question because I feel like most celebrities we don't know enough about them to know that.
I would say Hosier.
Again, know nothing about him.
Great vibes. And
I
also
don't
just
know
like
why, I've
one of
just
the
never.
only guys, like one of the only male musicians who writes about like sex not as something he's owed, but as like something that may be bestowed upon him, like very poetically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
Will Wheaton seems like he'd be chill.
yeah. I do feel like I know a bit more about him just because he posts a lot on
Hmm.
Facebook where I follow him, and so I see a lot of his stuff. He's what caused me to dislike William Shatner as a person.
Yeah, understandable.
Because again, I don't seek out information about celebrities. I just come across it sometimes, and it's like, oh, that's good, or oh, that's bad.
It do be like that sometimes, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lock in those three: Vessel, Johannes Eckerstrom, Tobias Forge.
Hmm. See that starting to feel more like who would you just like to be in an elevator with?
I mean that too, but again, there are
'Cause
musicians I like
that's
where I would be. There are definitely some male celebrities I'm like a fan of. Like Till Lindemann can go fuck himself. I would not want to be
oh
alone. I
yeah.
would not want one of the people to be him. I fucking love Rammstein, but no, absolutely not. That man is sketchy as fuck.
Well, yeah. Again, I'm not saying someone who do you whose music do you like. I'm saying who do you want to be in an elevator with, and for him, that's no. But it doesn't necessarily have to be based on you feeling safe per se.
I mean, yes, but
If
I'm
that
still
makes
picking
sense.
answers. But I mean, I think I definitely would feel pretty safe around the answers that I have given.
Well, I say that because people that I would pick, I can't necessarily say whether I'd feel safe or not safe with them because I don't know enough about them to say that. But I don't know enough bad things to necessarily feel unsafe, so it might be cool to hang out with them.
I mean, yeah,
I think
this is all kind
I
of a
think that made
vibes
sense.
thing. If I'm talking about three
Makes
actual
sense.
men that I would feel safe trapped in an elevator with, it's gonna be just like immediate friends and family members. But that that means nothing in a podcast conversation because it's way less entertaining. So here we are.
Well, that's why I try to pick celebrities like that I know stuff about that are
Henry
like in the
Zabrowski,
media frequently doing good
the
things.
last podcast hosts,
That's true.
Ed Larson, Henry Zabrowski, Marcus Parks.
Yeah, I mean, we've technically met and interacted with Henry on more than one occasion.
Yeah, he's a great
Not to
dude.
brag. Yeah. So yeah, I would it's funny, I guess I mean I know they are technically are celebrities. I just don't think of them that way because they feel like my friends. I know it sounds really lame.
I mean, no, but also thus is the nature of the conversational podcast.
Yeah. Listening to them for I don't know how many years at this point, and then again having
Mhm.
actually seen them live and had Henry
Yeah,
on the podcast. You just kind of forget sometimes that they have no idea who you are.
it'd be like that.
Oh, it's also because of the seances.
Oh yeah, that too.
Because you type a question and Henry actually says your name out loud and answers it, or whoever's doing it, and
Hmm.
it's like, yeah, I know these people.
Yeah, I would feel perfectly safe in an elevator with those guys.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. Haven't gotten to meet Ed yet. Hopefully, they'll be coming around soon.
Fingers crossed.
It's been a whole year.
Yeah, man, it's been a hot
They were
minute.
talking about it. They were talking about it on a recent episode of Side Stories. That he's been with them for a whole year.
Wow. I still have to. I'm still working on catching up.
I think it was
I went.
2 years ago we saw them.
That sounds right.
I look at the poster on my wall, so there's a year on it.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like they have dates or whatever.
No,
Hmm.
it's right there.
Oh well. I mean, that's kind of all I've got.
For this topic or for the whole podcast in general?
For this topic, we can I would hope to God that two grown adult women could technically come up with something else for a podcast on the fly.
Well, that's what I said. I can talk endlessly about things. There's always different angles or questions. There's always more.
Yap hours. But my question to you right now is, how extensive is your worsening? Because I can't say that mine is particularly extensive, but it's also not short.
Yeah, I've got some things, mostly because of the con. Medium.
Do we want to take a gamble on medium and medium?
To take us to the end?
Yeah, see where that brings us?
Again, I can always expound if it's not taking long enough.
This is true. You know what? I'm going to begin the meditation and we'll just see how that goes. Let's see. Okay. Yes, down here.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
Big sad. How are you worse this week, bestie?
Oh man. I came across a booth at Nickel City. Which, by the way, this is the first time they've ever done a fall edition, and it was much smaller than the usual one in June.
Okay.
But there was a vendor that was there that had never been there before. And I got to talking to them and stuff. They were like, oh yeah, we've never done this one. They mostly are like around New York City and Jersey and stuff. And just like, yeah, but we had an opening. I don't know how much money I spent at this guy's booth. But it...
What were the wares?
I left my show and tell in the other room. Hold on. This requires visuals. Oh no, my footrest is in the way.
Oh boy. I love show and tell. That was one of my favorite things in elementary school. Just the, I have a cool thing, let me talk about it. God tier. We need an adult version of show and tell in our day-to-day lives. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Hold on,
someone who gets it.
Back here. Am I on camera? Wait, where is
you
it?
are not. Do you want to be? I can direct you where to move. No.
I'm missing. Well, it's somewhere. I've misplaced a thing I bought.
Oh boy.
It might be in my bedroom still. So it was the very first booth we went to of the day, and I'm looking at stuff. And my friend Jenna, who is with me, calls me over and says, hey, weren't you looking for something related to Reanimator?
Incredible.
It's Herbert West, and he comes with a bottle of reagent, a syringe, a bloody shovel, a removable lab coat, Rufus the cat, medical tray, and the head of Dr. Hill.
Oh my god, incredible. I love that so much. That's fantastic.
And, I've debated about whether to take it out of the package because, like, it was only $38. And when you look online, the cheapest I've seen is like $50. And
I would say take him out and put him in. Take him out carefully to preserve the packaging and put him in situations because it's funny. That's what I do with my Ghost Super 7s.
I want to print him like a lab table to put the little tray on and stuff.
Do it. Put him in situations.
I lost my mind. I immediately picked it up and was like, well, that's for me. And then just walked around hugging it, looking at the rest of the stuff.
Incredible.
Yeah. But he had so many good things like that. And I know I sent you a picture of my new Inosuke where he's eating rice balls, which is actually, from the show and everything, which I also got from the same booth. And I bought I think it ended up being 9 Funkos from him.
Wow. All right.
Because I bought 6 at once, and then I went back the next day and bought 3 more. I think is what it was. I have a huge stack of them, like, just off camera. That's what it was. I can't find the one that I was looking for. I put it somewhere else, but
incredible.
Yeah. And that's also where I found that limited edition Ghost figure.
Yes. Very
that
cool.
you may or may not be getting for Christmas. So I'm trying to pretend it's a surprise. So
Okay.
like I wanted like everything in this booth. It was incredible. And so that was pretty bad. And I've started printing this hexagonal shelf system for my Funkos that it's going to hang on
Nice.
the wall. And you can just add as many as you need. So I printed 2 so far. They take 2
I
hours
love
each,
it.
so it'll take a while. I have every evolution now except Glaceon, but
Ooh.
I wanted to, still have one to hunt for at the next con.
Understandable.
So, and then of course seeing like all these the various movie things that I was getting interested in, and so I went home Saturday after the con and watched They Live because I'd seen all these things
You told
from it
me
that looked
about
super
this.
cool. Yeah, and I was like, how have I never seen this? These aliens look super fun. And man, what a great time that movie is.
I will have to check that out. It sounds delightful.
Yeah, basically aliens have taken over the earth, but none of us know it because they're sending us subliminal messages to consume and make money and obey and all this stuff. And you have to wear special glasses, then you can see what they really look like, which is hideous. It's real fun. But the Funko I was trying to find is one of the aliens from They Live, which I can't believe they made a Funko of it.
All right.
But yeah, I think I'm going to get a lot worse from it just by now wanting to see all these things. Because every time I go, there's always like things that I don't know what they are, and I want to know what everything is.
That is so often the way of the con.
Which is,
How it be.
because I already like too many things. Like every table at the thing, I'm like, oh, I like this and this and this and this. My friend that I went with is mostly into like Marvel and Disney, so it was pretty easy to like, but for me, I was like, no, every anime.
Yep.
And it's now at the point that she has been to enough cons with me that she knows the stuff that I like, and she'll point out, like, look at this Pochita. And she's never seen Chainsaw Man. And she points out all the evolutions, knows nothing about Pokemon. Like,
well, there you go.
She just knows all the stuff I like.
This is what I do to you as well, just by osmosis.
Oh, like me looking for things for you?
Or just like seeing, this is what always happens whenever you have a friend, like, or you have fandoms in common, but then you have other things that you're also rabid about that like neither of you are technically into, like, or the other person's thing, but you learn to recognize a bunch of different things from a fandom that you're not in because your one friend is so fucking rabid about it.
Yeah, like me sending you the picture of the sleep token Legos. Yeah, I don't listen to them, but I of course know the logo well.
A brand.
Yeah. But yeah, I bought like 3 Christmas presents at the con, and I was like,
I love
these
that
are the people
for
I
you.
associate with. Yeah. It's like, just getting some of it out of the way. It'll be great. Yeah, I got them all stacked up in my room.
Nicely done.
Yeah, but I think it's just going to get even worse, and I'm getting close to finishing Fairy Tail, which has like 330 episodes, and so I'm going to be moving on to another anime soon.
God damn, girl. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. But I've been yapping long enough. Would you like to?
I love listening to you, yeah, but I will also happily take my
there
turn.
can be more.
So one of the ways I'm worse this week is that I have recently started going nuts with the making bracelets for the next Saratoga. I did a bulk bead order online that's coming in soon, and I'm very excited about that. I've been making bracelets today, planning on doing much more, so that's fun. I've got my costume for Halloween has come in, and I'm working on altering it a little bit to make it fit a little bit better. So very excited about that. I'm going as Barbie. It's kind of basic, but who cares? And Kyle, of course, will be Ken. So I'm excited about that. And I swear I had something else, and my brain is reaching for it and just not closing in. Why is my brain like this?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, I don't know if you watched Regrettable Reviews. I was in big trouble on Regrettable Reviews the other night.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I told you. I texted you. I was like, "Aren't you proud of me?" I was contributing in
Yes,
chat the whole time.
You did say that you were in chat.
I
was
don't
not.
think you guys were paying attention, which is why I told you that.
We were not paying attention to the chat, perhaps as much as
No.
we should have been. But yeah, I
I made many comments to you
cooked.
guys.
I got cooked on Regrettable Reviews last night, which is not all that shocking. But again, I just didn't think it was all that worth being angry about.
That's why, like, one of the first comments I put in was like, "I know it's early, but I want to know their ratings now," because I couldn't tell if you seemed to be defending it, and I couldn't tell if it was because you liked it or just because you were the one that picked it and felt like you needed to defend it.
I mean, I had like it's not that good, but I had fun.
Yeah, Chris said probably a bit of both.
I would say that's a pretty
Yeah.
fair analysis.
Yeah, and I was the one that answered Art's question about Julianne Moore because she was an evolution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the ways that I'm worse is coming up with really stupid date ideas like design corpse paint together. That definitely doesn't seem like, normal person, like normie behavior.
I wouldn't call it typical, probably. No.
So, I mean, sure, we'll count that.
Sure.
And, I haven't really been gaming this past week. And, like, that feels like a worse, but not in a fun way.
Womp womp.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, aside from my Animal Crossing, because I got to check on the island every day, but other than that, no.
And Shadows draws closer and closer.
Mm-hmm. One of the things from the con that I was like, I want to understand this better was Five Nights at Freddy's. Because we did watch the cosplay contest, and there were multiple people. I find the cosplay contest interesting because it was mostly like a lot of younger people.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a stupid Skibbity toilet one, but a lot of it was from stuff I hadn't even heard of. And I was like, I feel out of touch. But there were multiple people who did Five Nights at Freddy's. And one of them won the non-fabric creation category.
Oh, slay.
I was like, yeah. So I was like, I want to.
As far as I can tell. Sure. See, as far as I can tell, it's kind of like the tweens' first horror, like the middle schooler tweens' first horror game.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know the
vibe I have gotten. I could be wrong. I know that there's a lot of people who are very into the Five Nights at Freddy's deep lore, and as a person who's very into deep lore for several bands, I am not judging.
Well, there's like, I don't know how many games that have come, because it's been around for like a decade.
Yeah,
so
it's been around for a
There
hot
are so many games in it, and like the first game was, I think, all of $6 on Steam, and it's
so maybe
pretty quick to play through. Yeah, seems like it'll be pretty quick to play through, just to kind of get the experience a little bit. Plus, all the reviews are like overwhelmingly positive, and then I'll just
that shit made a splash.
Yeah, so just to. Doesn't seem like it'll take super long to play through. It's pretty simple. It's just like point and click kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, experience it. But then I'm worried that's going to be a slippery slope. Because there's so many
God,
games.
You should do that on the stream, though.
Play Five Nights at Freddy's?
Why not?
I'd have to wait until next spring.
That'd be fun. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can do it as a bonus stream sometime.
Well, let me check it out first and see what it's like. Because I might not even want to play it. But I figured for $6,
Yeah.
Try it out. Yeah, so that's going to get worse.
Oh, I put new buttons on my battle jacket. I got skull buttons to replace with, like the generic like Gap brand ones that they came with. So that was fun. Nice. It turned out really good. And I'm really proud of myself. And I have made progress on the embroidery on the bottom hem. I've got like the first section before one of the seams done.
There was a vendor.
I continue to be crafty.
There was a vendor at Nickel City that had hundreds of patches. And I thought about asking if you wanted any of them, but there were no bands, but it was like every movie, TV show, like that you could think of. So there were like horror ones and stuff like that. So I thought about it.
Interesting.
But I felt like you were doing only bands on it.
It's pretty much only bands.
Yeah. Sounds like OnlyFans. So that's why I was going to take pictures. I was like, I would have to send you, I don't know how many pictures to get all of them in there.
But also, honestly, I could see myself thrifting another jacket and just doing fucking whatever at some point. Because my plan is, I have the one that I'm working on right now, and then I want to do a vest that's only, except for the back patch, only patches that I've gotten at shows. And I have a little stash starting for that already, but fuck it. I'll just do another one of whatever I feel like.
Yeah. Horror jacket.
Yeah, why not?
They
That
had
would
all
be
kinds of
sick.
those. Yeah. I didn't look at them too closely, but I mean, they had these like big trifold walls that had like clear plastic pockets on them, and they were just
Nice.
like, there were so many. Yeah.
Hell yes. I love that.
I mean, it
Well,
was
that's
like
another
even
way.
Disney stuff, but
Mm.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I'm being a little judgy, but whatever.
I'm
what you
glad that
want.
people have interests.
Yeah, do what you want. I think that's really all the ways that I'm worse. It's mostly crafting this week. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm making the alterations on this. I'm doing bracelets. I'm doing stuff with my jacket.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would say my primary ones are just buying a shit ton more stuff at yet another Comic-Con and
Understandable.
wanting to experience more media that I saw at that Comic-Con. So watching more movies and playing more games, and that could be a slippery slope.
Do we feel
And
there's
I
any
did
ways
have
that
a-
we're going? Oop. Finish that thought.
I'm taking part in a crochet along that started today. So that's going to be
There you go. That's something.
taken up, a huge chunk of my life because it just started today. And they were like, make this triangle. All right, make 59 more of them. So
Jesus.
and
All
I
right,
can't
yeah,
even
have
figure
fun
out
with
how
that.
to do the first one. Yeah. So
Whoopsies.
it's going to be a good chunk of my time, but yeah.
Godspeed, bestie.
I am in the middle of watching Night of the Living Dead.
Fun.
Like I was
just
watching
watched
it right
Return
before
of the
this while
Living
eating.
I just watched Return of the Living Dead today. Because we're talking about that on our stream tomorrow.
Yep.
Which I'm
I
excited
decided
for.
I wanted to
think
watch.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I wanted to watch Night of the Living Dead first, so I started watching it while I was eating dinner, and I was like, "Oh wait, I gotta go do the pod." And I was like halfway through.
I
So,
will say Chris was
watch
so
that.
right about Night of the Living Dead really not being necessary, but
no,
it's
not.
it still helps.
I think it'll be fun to make some connections between the two because it is
That
technically
is a better
sequel.
way to put it. Yes.
I know I won't have time, but I also wanted to watch Dawn of the Dead because that's technically the other sequel.
Oh, I watched Dawn of the Dead for a class when I was in college.
Because I don't know if you're aware of this. I was reading like trivia and stuff, but what's his name? John, the guy that directed Return of the Living Dead.
Dan O'Bannon?
Sure, that. Where was I getting John? I might have been thinking about something else. But he and what's his face? George Romero
Yes.
worked on Night of the Living Dead together. But then they had different visions for what a sequel would look like.
That sounds like it tracks.
And so that's why George Romero, like, he wanted to be very serious with it and went on to make Dawn of the Dead.
Although I would
but-
argue Dawn of the Dead is not that serious.
Well, yeah, but more serious.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. Yeah, and then O'Bannon goes on and makes this kind of funny, schlockier version of it as Night of the
Definitely
Living Dead.
schlocky, but we'll save
Which-
that for tomorrow night.
I mean, Return of the Living Dead, which spawns 4 sequels,
hell yeah.
which
Again,
is fantastic.
I've said this before. Everyone should have at least a couple franchises that they will dick ride until they die. Like,
Yeah.
I love a stupid horror franchise. My
I
main
will
one
not
is
stop
Saw.
talking about Reanimator.
I fucking love Reanimator, and I could see myself also going the same route with Terrifier.
Yeah. I do have
honestly,
a Reanimator
I
magnet
just
on my
like-
fridge now.
Hmm?
I have a Reanimator magnet on my fridge now, like right
Fuck
by the
yes.
handle. when
Oh,
open it, yeah.
I am so salty about this. I don't think this shirt design is available anymore, but there is a Reanimator ghost shirt where it's Cardinal Copia with Papa Nils' head as the head of the director. And I want it so bad, but I can't find it anywhere. Or I can't find it
Oh,
anywhere
that
for a
sucks.
reasonable price. I will keep looking
Yeah,
though.
there's that.
Because I have
Yeah, you never know. You might look out.
I ordered a ghost, like the little Valentine cards at one time, and the person on Etsy included like a random bonus print, and this one is Cardinal Copia as Herbert West with Terzo's head instead, and it's fucking awesome. And honestly, I want that on a shirt.
Yeah, when I bought the Reanimator figure, the guy was like, "You have good taste in movies."
Reanimator's fucking awesome. I
You're
love
damn right.
Reanimator.
Every single con that I have been to since we watched that, was that last October, I have looked
Yes.
for Reanimator stuff, and no place has ever had any until
Fucking love Reanimator.
this con, where I got not only this figure but a magnet.
Incredible. 10 out of 10.
And there was a vendor that had these incredible, like, They Live figures, but it was $72 for this like package, and I was like, no, I just want to play with them.
So valid.
Yeah. no,
Anyway.
it's fantastic. I wish I had time to rewatch it, but not right now.
Maybe I could squeeze that in at some point or put it on as background noise, but that's a me problem.
Yeah.
What do we got coming up, Bestie?
Well, we already mentioned that we have the stream tomorrow. We have the Return of the
tomorrow at 8, Return of the
PM.
Living Dead on the Fighting with Friends Twitch channel. I
Yep.
don't believe we have Defenestration Hour on Friday because that just happened. That was
think
last
so.
Friday with the Expendables. Not sure what Big Dumb Monsters is up to this coming Monday, but not this coming weekend, but the next is going to be Network Movie Night. Then we've got the Rocky Horror Picture Show coming up.
on the 21st. That's Monday.
Yes.
As in this
no,
coming
so it
Monday.
is-
Man, time is flying.
No, it is this coming weekend. Yeah, you're right. I'm throwing myself off here.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 20th, Network Movie Night. We're going to be watching Saw and then talking about it probably at like 6-ish, 6:30. That will be publicized beforehand. We're just figuring things out. So be on the lookout for that. And then Arthur and I are doing our Rocky Horror stuff on the 21st. Fun times all around. Big Dumb Monsters Monday. No Regrettable Reviews this coming Tuesday. More Fighting with Friends. Our Twitch channel stream on Thursday. Defenestration Hour next Friday. Not sure what they're doing. And the Big Dumb Monster Mash on Halloween, y'all.
Which is 2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow. If you are in the area, get your ass to the Bull and Bee Meadery.
That is to say, the Albany area.
Yes, the Albany area. Get your ass
To
to
specify
the
Albany,
Bull and
New
Bee
York.
Meadery. And come hang out. It's going to be a really fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's,
very excited.
7 to 9?
7:30 to 9:30. Close.
Close enough. 7:30 to 9:30.
Yes, we are moving our
Moving to
stream
7
for
and
that.
To the next day, the 1st.
Yes, and what else? What else? I had something and it was gone. Oh, since we're going to be doing an episode the day before Halloween, do we want to get a little spooky with it as well? Figured I could bring that up.
Sure.
Do some Halloween themed stuff, maybe costumes, who knows.
I feel like we do a Halloween episode every year. Right? Isn't
That
kinda
sounds
like
about
a
right.
thing? I feel like it's a thing.
So there you go, double dose of Halloween, the 30th and the 31st.
And why not the 1st as well?
Fuck it.
Just
Honestly,
Halloween
you know what?
days.
If Christmas can't stay in her lane, Halloween doesn't need to either.
Yeah, I mean, the 1st is All Hallows Eve, right? So, but the 1st is Hallows.
Sure. Why not?
I'm tired again. I'm normal.
I absolutely love that for you. And with that phrase, I'm going to say that that's our sign to call it for the night. All right. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And we will be back again next week. We'll see you then. Adios, y'all. And now I have to end the stream because we don't have a producer tonight.